Welcome back to our HTML beginner series. In the last video, we explained HTML elements where we talk about where we know about opening tags, tag with a open and close tags, and tags with no open and close tags. That is, they stand alone. So today we are diving into HTML attributes, what they are, why they matter, and how to use them in real code examples. I don't want you guys to rush through. Maybe like you are in a hurry, but I want you to calm yourself down. So you are learning something today. So let's dive into the HTML attributes. An attribute provides an extra information about an element. Yes, they provide extra information. We use this attribute in terms of maybe you are having an element, you want to style it. There's something we called inline styling, and we have something external styling. With the help of this inline styling, you can style a single element. What you want to bring out from the element inside this with the help of this attribute. So an attribute always go inside the opening tag of an element. Yes, you inside an element. I will show you guys example. So they are written as name and the value. You know the name of the attribute you are passing and you know the value you are trying to give out. I hope you understand. Attributes are made up of two parts. Number one, we have name, what kind of information you are adding. Number two, and we have value, the actual information itself. You know the name of the information you want to pass. Maybe you want to pass an image to an element, and you are using href instead of you using source and the value, the image file, instead of you to insert it that way. But no, you are placing wrong information and wrong value at the same time. So in this video, I'm going to show us example. We are moving on to, let me show you some example of the attributes that we'll be using inside this video. Now, some common examples. href, we use it in okay, tells a link where to go. That is, it tells a link that this is where I want you to go, this is what I want you to do. I hope you understand. With the help of this, I think we have used this in our previous video. So go to our inside the channel and look for basic structure of HTML. You will see it there. And we make use of this example of this website, google.com, and also you can use any other website that you wish to use. But I'm just using this as an example. And second here, we have source, which is src, is the name of the attribute, and the value we are giving out is the image.jpg or any type of file that you are trying to pass inside this value. So tells an image where to load from. That is, if you must have this image in your code file, abi you have it somewhere, and make sure they are intact when you are trying to bring them together in a code. I hope you understand that. Then the next one we have out, we call it alternative, we call it alter text. Yes, with this alt, you can add a value of maybe a short of keywords or description into your image or files, maybe like files, PDF, videos, or any type of document you are adding into your web pages during your coding. Add alternative text for accessibility. In time of network is not moving very well. So with the help of this alter text, it's going to display something for you that you know that something is there, is now empty. I hope you understand. And we have ID, we call it identifier. With the help of this ID, we name it ID in HTML. We can use, with the help of this ID, you can, maybe you have a functionality in a different file in JavaScript, and you want to make sure that this function is applicable to your HTML. Maybe like you want it to function well whenever a user want to interact with the function, maybe like the button you are trying to do something with. With the help of this ID, if you name it and you give it to the add it to the function, everything will work perfectly. But if you don't connect them together, it's just like it plugs in. With the help of this ID, it's going to connect everything together. It gives an element a unique identity. That is, I want this particular element to do this and do that. I hope you understand. Then the next one, we have class. With the help of this class, maybe it is good in terms of styling. Yes, it's good in terms of styling. Maybe you want to style your website, you want to give it a particular styling, maybe to look modern, beautiful, or anything that you want. If you want to be color red, you color blue, color black, anything that you want to do. With the help of this class, you can do anything with it. Group element for styling. So now we are moving on to an example. We are going to look at a few examples in practice. Number one that we are going to use here, we are going to use an anchor tags with href attribute. I've shown us the href here. We are using this. We are using this now. I hope you guys see. We are using this. So I'm moving to my virtual studio code. So I'm going to show you guys. I think I've made a video. If you guys are joining for the first time, maybe you don't know how to use what I mean by virtual studio code, kindly go to our channel. You find something there that we call text editor, and I recommend virtual studio code. With the help of the virtual studio code, you can code anything, you can write any language inside it, and it make it easy for a programmer. So with the help, I've been using this for a while, so you guys can go ahead and watch the video, and also make sure you download it and started using it as well. So now we are moving on to the virtual studio code. Let me just put something here. Now I have it here already. I have an extension that make it work for me. I'm going to make a video about that later. So now let's proceed with the Anchor Studio. First of all, let me add something, a unique content, maybe like a few content to the website. So you guys can not be like, okay, we are using an anchor, but I'm going to show us the reason why we are here is that I'm going to show you the step by step how you can be adding attribute to your element. So what I need to do here is that let me just add some few. Let me add something like, okay, h1, h oh, sorry guys, gml to attributes. So we have our p tags. This is an example of open and close tags. So you open it, then you close it. I explained everything in our previous video if you don't know. So we we are going to practice an HTML attributes here step by step. So now we are starting with an anchor tags. The anchor tag is a in a short. You can use it. We use it as this is where I want you to go. I hope you understand. So with the help of this virtual studio code, it already know what I'm trying to do with the anchor tag. That is, it knows that whenever you are using an anchor, it must come with an attribute that is going to lead to somewhere. Without you adding an attribute, maybe like adding your href attribute, go nowhere. I hope you understand. So now I'm telling this anchor tags to direct user to a google.com pages. Is either in the main page or outside the page. In a new tab. I hope you understand. So now let me do that. Kindly go to https google google.com. So now if I click on, let me just say click me. Or don't worry guys, let me just add a button here. I will add a button. Okay, I'm going to close it out of, let me close it here. Yes, it has been closed. So now let me open this in a new tab in my browser. Yes, you can see HTML attribute. We are going to practice an HTML attribute step by step. We are starting with an anchor tags, which I add a click me button with a direct us. It's going to direct us to a google.com pages. So now if I click on this now, you are going to see our page is going to go away and go back to google.com. So if I now go back to this page, Let me go back and refresh. I'm going back to my Virtual Studio Code and add another attribute, that is, I have a target. I don't want it to open in the same tab. I want it to open a new tab. That is, I'm adding an attribute named target, then add a blank to it. With the help of this, it's going to open the button in a new tab. Can you see now? That's it. So the next here we have image with src and alter attribute. Here the image is displayed from cat.jpg. If image don't load, the text a cute cat will be showing. So now I'm going to show you how you can do that now. So we have a button here. I'm adding an image element. That is, it comes with source and alter, which that's what I want to use. So now I'm adding my cat.jpg, and let me add a cute cat. So that's it for now. So if I load this, go back to my sorry guys, if I go back to my browser, try to have you seen it? So I have my image here. Now let me now go back and make an error here. Let me delete this G. Let me leave it like this and go back to my browser. You see the image will not be there, and we have a alter text which is a cute cat. Can you see that? Based on what they say here the image is displayed from cat.jpg. If the image doesn't load, the text a cute cat will be showing. That's it here. The alter text works here. Can you see? It works here. So the next one, we have a paragraph with ID and class. So the ID uniquely identifies the paragraph, and the class can add CSS. I hope you understand. We can use the two at the same time. We can use the two at the same time. Let me add my paragraph here. So here, here we are adding a ID and class for and class. Now let me go back to my element open place. You are adding it in the first tags that you open, not the end one. If you add it to this place, it's not going to work. You're adding it here. So now let me add the ID. Let me say header. Then I'm adding a class. We can add the two together. Let me call it button. I hope you understand. So with the help of this header ID, if I go to an external file, that is, I would like to link them here. So what I need to do is that I identify the header as the ID. That is, this is the header, this is the class. Okay, I want it to work this way. I want it to work this way. With the help of this header, with this value, that is, whenever I import the file in one way or the other, or I have some functionalities I need to put here. Whenever I put it, don't worry, everything is going to work with the help of this header. So as time goes on, in our video, we are going to be showing us how you can use all this, but I'm just showing you this as an example. Okay, I have a p.css file created already, and I need to import it here. What I need to do here is that I'm going to say link. So let me just go back like this. Go back. P. I've linked it together. So what I need to do here is, okay, let me just name it button. Button. You see, the color is red. I have the color red. So now if I now go back here, you will see that something is here. We are adding a ID and class. The color is now red. With the help of the class, it gives it red color. So now what we need to do here Our next example, I think that's all for today in our example. Attributes are powerful because they add meaning and control to HTML elements. Without attributes, links won't go anywhere, image won't load, and page won't have structure for styling. Yes, I want you to know that with the help of attributes, because they are powerful in HTML structure, without attributes, your link will not go anywhere. Without attributes, your image will not display. Without attributes, your ID, identifier, or class name, help or style of styling will not go to anywhere, will not even load anything. You'll just be seeing all the skeleton of your website, what all the content you have written. I hope you understand. So guys, in the next video we will take this even further for HTML editing and paragraph, building a real content step by step. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and comment if you have any questions.